Hello everybody, this is Dr. McBrick and I am here with a great book from No Starch Press, and it is called the Lego Lighting Book. Now, for any Lego enthusiast, this is a must read. And the reason I say that is because it really does talk about not only lighting your models, but how to light your models. Now, before we get started, press the like button, hit that subscribe button so you can see all my 400 plus videos on my channel of my various cities that I've had over the years, amusement parks, all kinds of Lego mocks and everything like that. But I do like to review books from No Starch Press because they are usually very quality books. So let's get into it. Again, this is by Brian M. Williams. So the way Brian Williams does, and right here, just some basic bulbs that you might have lying around your house. You notice the new LED bulbs, things of this nature. But anyway, if we look at the contents, you'll see there's 9 main chapters. Those chapters talk about things such as light being art, how to light interiors, how to light vehicles, using shadows as arts, and then dynamic lighting on certain things, exterior lighting, interior lighting, all this kind of stuff. But what it also does is it also provides projects. And I like that because ultimately it not only tells you kind of what it is about lighting that matters in terms of interior lighting, exterior lighting, all that sort of thing. It tells you, it gives you a chance to practice it and build something. So you get to build your own studio light. You get to build your own book light, your own light sword, saber type of thing. A monster truck. You can light up a monster truck, all that sort of thing. It gives you the parts list. It tells you all the stuff about it and how to do it. Now, the other thing that this video or this book does, it starts out by talking about Brick World Chicago back in the day and how they came up with a lighting contest for Lego. And that is really what really kind of lit the fire, so to speak, under a lot of AFOL's feet in terms of lighting their mocks and their works and stuff like that. And so it really gives you a good history about that. And I think it was Brick World Chicago in 2009 or something like that. And it talks about how AFOLs at that point started lighting things up. But again, the thing you got to notice is when you start to light things, you don't just simply put in some LED lights and call it a day, right? Those real garish looking bright LED lights that, you know, you can put in your buildings and stuff and it lights up the rooms and it's like, oh, look, there's a light in the office. Okay, that looks nice. But it takes some talent to light a stadium and make the stadium look like a real stadium, right? It takes some talent and it takes some know-how on how to make shadows and how to use lighting in certain areas so that your models are lit in ways in which they need. This dragon over here, the fire is coming out of their mouth. The fire is all lit up. It's not in a bright light, it's in a soft light. And the reflections and all this kind of stuff of the waves. So that's what I love about this book. So for instance, this project in chapter 1 is to build a book light. So you can stick onto your books and even this book and read it if you want. So it goes through, it gives you the parts list and everything. And then it just teaches you and shows you how to do it. So the nice thing is that it not only tells you about why you're doing it, but it also tells you how to do it. Some lighting solutions that you have. Well, one, you have the official Lego lighting solutions, right? Lego has come up through the many years with various voltage of lighting systems and various types of bricks and lighting bricks and things like that. And so it shows you here and talks about the parts numbers and things like that. It talks to you about the types of things that Lego's come out with. Then it also talks about the enthusiasts who've developed their own lighting systems. And it talks about the basics of LED lighting, what LED lighting means, all the different types of verbiage and things that you might need to know, like voltage and color and brightness and all that, you know, in terms of capacity to have, you know, to hold electricity. The color spectrum of the light is really important. White balance, all this kind of stuff. All of these things are really important. And so you can do your lighting on your own. You can use some official lighting from Lego. And there are many companies out there and some great AFOLs who have lighting kits and lighting accessories and things from which you can buy and purchase and use. So anyway, there's all kinds of stuff. Talks about different commercial lighting with different controllers, things like that. And so you go through all of this. It takes you through all of this kind of stuff. Talks about some of the companies that make bricks or make kits and stuff like that. And so, you know, you can actually buy the lights. And as you're building the castle, for instance, you can fit it with lights. You can do it yourself. You can buy the kits. It all depends on how you want to do it. Again, we have projects in each chapter. It tells us what we're going to build, shows us how to build it and all that kind of stuff. But I want to take you through a few more things. But one of the things I wanted to show you about this particular book was about how it uses light to tell a story. Now, one of the things I've always taught about in my film courses and in my courses in pop culture and developing sitcoms and all kinds of different types of music videos, things of that nature. Lighting tells a story. And just look at this picture. Look at this picture. Look at the way the lighting is coming through the window, the shadows on the wall, the shadows on the figures, the minifigs, the fireplace that's lit up to just give it enough little glow to illuminate a little bit of their face. The shadows coming in definitely lights this person climbing up, highlights them, tells a story of what's going on in here, right? It creates drama. It creates atmosphere. It creates more than just having a really, really bright LED light, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but you can tell the difference. If you put an LED light, just a basic light up there, here's what you get. If you start to tell this story with some more cinematic lighting in certain spots, in different colors from that spectrum that you learn about here in this book, there you start to make mocks and Lego dioramas that really, really make a difference and tell a story. And that is something is in terms of me, in terms of Lego as a company, in terms of most of us AFOLs want to tell a story with our Lego creations. And so this book tells you how you can tell a story via light, right? Look, if you have a grow house, for instance, now let's just say they're growing corn in here, okay? Let's just call it corn. And you want a different type of lighting, right? Than you do if you're going into a hospital setting and you're going into incubators with little children, things of that nature, that sort of thing. So, yeah. So anyway, there's all different kinds of lighting, spot lighting. The cinematic techniques that it talks about are really, really cool. The types of light fixtures that you might have, even if these light fixtures aren't lit and you don't have these wired, you may have light that comes from behind each one of them that actually lights it up so it looks like they are lit. So very, very interesting. And it shows you kind of some of the way lighting in the real world exists, right? And then lighting you can do in your Lego mocks. Now, I won't go into every single page and every single picture, but you can just see how this really, for instance, this warehouse scene right here, the lighting really makes the scene, right? Now, you know, again, if you just had all really bright white light, 5,000, you know, if you had lights like that, your scene wouldn't necessarily be as rich. And so really important. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Now, it talks about building student lights, studio lights. That's one of the projects here and things like that. I won't go into everything. Talks about connectors, base plates. How, you know, some people use Mills plates. That way they can get everything shoved under them and all the wiring and stuff. Some people use connectors on, you know, regular builds on top of base plates. Other people use wood, all types of stuff that people can use. But this theater, and this is the cover of the picture, that just to me demonstrates how light paints a picture. And it paints a picture of our life. And we can go out at night as human beings and our world is lit up. And electricity has done that for us. This is lighting characters. So whatever characters hold, you can light up their lightsabers. Remember those lightsabers you used to press the little button and they used to light up? Well, those were the easy way to do it. However, now it's a little more difficult because you got to put some wires up through and things like that. But you can still do it, as you see. It's not very difficult. Lighting up stained glass, all that sort of thing. There's some really, really cool things about this book. that I'm not going to go into because I could belabor the point forever. But just to give you an idea, also, you know, vehicle lighting, lighting up trains, spaceships, cars, buggies, all kinds of things, motorhomes, all sorts of things. There's ways to do it. You can buy the kits, and that's great, or you can do it yourself. You can paint your own picture with your own style of lighting. The types of, the angle of the lighting, the color of the lighting, the brightness, the heat of the light, the type of heat that the light projects. All that sort of thing tells a story. And this book really goes into it. And it goes into it in a way that isn't scary. So if you don't know anything about lighting, if you're not an electrician, if you don't care to be an electrician, this book is still for you. If you like Lego, this book is for you. If you know, look at this, using shadows. This is something that great films do. Use shadow. You can use shadow with your Lego creations, but you just have to use the right type of lighting. So with that said, I just want to reiterate that this book here by No Starch Press comes out on August 8th, 2023. There's the ISBN number. I'd encourage you to go get it. It retails for $29.99 in the US, $39.99 Canadian, but it's a hardback, hard copy. It's very worth the cost, if you ask me, for anyone who wants to do lighting. And again, it doesn't push you one way or the other. It says you can do it yourself. It says you can go out and buy a light kit, or it talks about various other ways, or use the lights that come with Lego and some of the Lego sets. You can go as far as using controllers and having all kinds of, you know, machinery behind your scenes and stuff like that to light up the whole village. Or you can go something as simple as one of these right here, a little battery box and a USB cable. And that's all you need, right? So lighting, the Lego Lighting Book by Brian M. Williams. Light your Lego models, paint with light, and enjoy the hobby. So with that said, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. This is Dr. McBrick, signing out.